I'm Rob Skinner, and this is the Rob Skinner Podcast. In today's episode, we're talking about the mountains that God allows into our lives and why they're not there to stop us, but to shape us. Jesus said it only takes the faith the size of a mustard seed to move a mountain. Yet so often the mountain seems so much bigger than our faith. What if the obstacle in front of you isn't punishment, but purpose? What if God assigned you this mountain so others could see that it could be moved? Today, we'll explore how faith grows in impossible situations and how God uses our struggles to inspire belief in others. There's a quote that I absolutely love, and it comes in my power pack, my scriptures and quotes that I keep with me all the time and go through. And it says, "You've been assigned this mountain to show others it can be moved." You have been assigned this mountain to show others it can be moved. And that quote hit me the first time I ever heard it. I go, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Because let's be honest, sometimes life hands us mountains we never asked for. A health challenge, a financial setback, a broken relationship, a ministry that just won't seem to grow or won't seem to move, feels stuck. And we look at it and think, God, why me? Why this mountain? Come on, Lord, help me. Throw me a bone, please. But maybe the answer is it's because God trusts you to show others that it can be moved. And that shift in mindset is so huge. It's really, really big. Remember the scripture in Matthew chapter 17 and verse 20? Jesus says, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it'll move. Nothing will be impossible for you." Jesus said that faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. But before the mountain moves, something happens inside of us. God often assigns us a mountain, not just so it'll move, but so that our faith will move, so that we will grow. Sometimes the mountain doesn't change right away. The job doesn't improve. The illness doesn't get better. The person doesn't come around. The child doesn't return from falling away. But God uses the mountain to change you. That's so important. When your situation seems unchangeable, your perspective can totally change. You can take what feels like a curse and turn it into a challenge. And I feel like that's so important, especially because there's so many people that are wrestling with ministry situations that seem so intractable. There's marriage issues that just feel like they've been there such a long time. And instead of saying, "Why me?" you start saying, let's watch and see what God can do through me. Maybe he gave this to me for a reason. Maybe I'm the person who's going to have the breakthrough. There have been so many times in my life when I faced what looks like an immovable obstacle, something that just felt way too big for my strength, for my knowledge, for my experience, for my capacity, too heavy for my faith. But looking back, those were the times when I grew the most. When I prayed more deeply, when I leaned on God instead of my own ability, when I just was forced to pray, to go on prayer walks, and those mountains eventually they did move. Now, sometimes the situation changed and sometimes I changed. And so that's a really important qualification. I didn't always get exactly what I wanted. That didn't always change, but inevitably something would change on the inside for me. Either way, faith won. Now, maybe you're standing in front of a mountain right now. You're just like, oh my gosh, this is so much bigger than you can imagine. You've prayed, you've tried, and it still hasn't budged. Don't give up. Mountains aren't assigned to crush you, they're assigned to train you. They exist so that when you do finally move them, others will see your story and believe it's possible for them too. So here's a challenge: stop labeling your mountain as punishment. Stop whining and complaining. Oh, why, God? Why? Listen, you got to change your mindset. It starts with a shift in the mindset, and stop viewing it as a curse and view it instead as an opportunity, as a blessing, as a challenge. Start viewing it as a purpose. If God allowed it, he's got a plan for it. And maybe the plan just isn't for you. Maybe it's for someone else who's watching your life right now. Maybe it's your kids watching you. Maybe it's your wife watching you. Maybe it's members of your congregation or of your small group or the people around you. Every miracle in the Bible started with an impossible situation. That's why the Bible stories are so impossible. I mean, Daniel in the lion's den, the guys in the fire. All these things started with like, oh, that's impossible. How's he going to get out of that situation? The Israelites on the banks of the Red Sea. It's like impossible. They're totally got their back up against the wall. That's when God shows his glory. It always starts with an impossible situation. Every testimony starts with a test. Your faith story might be the very thing that inspires someone else to trust God again. So today, just take a deep breath. Deep breath in, look at your mountain, the one that's been wearing you down, keeping you up at night, and say this: I have been assigned this mountain to show others it can be moved. You don't have to move it overnight. You just have to take the next step of faith. Pray again, believe again, keep going, because on the other side of that mountain is someone waiting to see what faith can do. And someday in the future, you're going to get up, maybe in your congregation, your small group, and say, I faced a mountain and I saw God move it. You might be just the person who's going to show them how to move that mountain. Thanks so much for listening. Here's how you can help support the program. Please sign up for my weekly newsletter. I really appreciate it. I want to keep in touch with you. I want to do a better job of communicating. I want to know what's going on in your life. I do a lot of talking here, and I'd love to hear what's happening with you. I want to stay in touch. So whether you're in Bangladesh or whether you are in Burundi, email me. Let me know what's happening. And go to my website at robskinner.com and sign up for my weekly newsletter, where I just want to keep in touch with you and keep you posted on what's going on in my life as well. Because my goal is to inspire you to live a no regrets life, make this life count, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Have a great day and make this life count.